My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 137. In this lecture, we will try to understand basic terminology related to confidence interval. In my previous lectures, we discussed three types of sampling distributions. Sampling distribution of sample means, sampling distribution of sample proportion, sampling distribution of sample variance. By using these results, we are going to estimate some population parameters. What are we going to estimate? We may estimate mean of the population, proportion of the population, and variance of the population. Mean of the population means I can estimate mu. Proportion of the population means I can estimate capital P. Variance of the population means sigma square. Anyway, we will try to understand in detailed manner. First, let me define what is an estimator. What is an estimator? Estimator means, I can define like this. An estimator is a statistic that is estimates some fact about population. Simply I can say estimator estimates. What will it estimates? Estimates some fact about population. What is that some fact about population means? Which facts? That fact may be population mean, that fact may be population proportion, that fact may be population variance. We will try to understand. For example, sample mean x bar is an estimator. Sample mean, what is this? Sample mean. X bar means, notation is, this one is sample mean. X bar is an estimator. Which one will it estimate? Estimator for the population. For the population mean. What is the symbol for the population mean? Mu. I can say that is E of x bar equal to mu. Means E means what? Mean of, or first expectation of sample mean is population mean. Means x bar is an estimator of the population mean. Anyway, let me explain with some simple example. Let's say you wanted to know the average height of children in certain school with a population of 1000 students. This is my population in that school. You take sample of 30 students. This is, I am choosing 30 sample. My sample size is 30, population size is 1000, isn't it? You take a sample of 30 children, measure them and find that the mean height. Just calculate mean. This mean is x bar. Just how can I calculate this x bar? Just add that 30 heights. We are collecting heights of the children. Just add 30 heights and divide with 30. What will I get? I will get 56 inches. Let me say this is my x bar. This is your x bar is your sample mean. That is this is estimator. This x bar I can say this is an estimator, isn't it? Estimator. You use the sample mean to estimate the population mean about 56 inches. Means here x bar is estimator and your population mu is known as I can say estimand, estimand, isn't it? Therefore, I can say sample mean estimates population mean. I can say like this: x bar is sample mean, mu is population mean, x bar is an estimator of population mean. In similar manner, S square is sample variance which estimates population variance. P cap or P hat, I can say, let me write here otherwise, P hat is an estimator. P cap, the sample proportion, is an estimator of population proportion, isn't it? This, now I think you can understand what is estimator, what is estimand. I can repeat, let me say, your sample mean x bar, your population, your samples variance s square, your sample proportion p cap are estimators of population mean and estimators of population variance and estimators of population proportion, isn't it? It is simple. Now I think you can understand. Then we will try to understand what is estimate. A specific value of x bar s square. Just understand, this is simple. What is estimate? A specific value. I can say like this: a specific value of x bar, that may be x bar value, that specific value, that may be sample variance value, that may be sample proportion value. These values are known as estimates. In my previous example, how much I calculated? X bar equal to 56 inches sample mean. I can say this 56, that's what I am saying. What it says, a specific value of x bar. 56 is specific value of x bar, therefore I can say 56 is estimate, isn't it? It's straightforward, isn't? Yes. What is point estimate? A point estimate is a single number. You must understand, this point estimate must be a single number. It is a single number, isn't it? That name itself, point, means it's a single number. A point estimate is a single number. For example, sample mean x bar. Let me write this example. Sample mean x bar. Sample mean x bar is a point estimate. This is a point estimate. Point estimate of what? Is a point estimate of population mean, isn't it? Is it not population mean? Population mean mu. What it says, according to definition, point estimate is a single number. A sample mean is a single number. This number is known as point estimate, isn't it? Now we will try to understand what is confidence interval. Confidence interval means, we can say it is a point estimate and interval estimate. It's a combination of two things. Anyway, I will discuss in detail about this confidence interval in my next class. Just time being, understand what is confidence interval. We can say it is a point estimate and I can say interval estimate. We already studied what is point estimate. Now it is a combination of point estimate and interval estimate. Means, let me define interval estimate. An interval estimate is defined by two numbers. I can say defined by two numbers between which a population parameter is said to lie. For example, let me say a less than x bar less than b is an interval estimate. I can say this is an interval. It's open interval, isn't it? Is an interval estimate. Interval estimate. Whose interval estimate? Interval estimate of population mean. It's an interval estimate of population mean mu, isn't it? This it indicates that your population mean mu is greater than A and your population mean mu is less than B, isn't it? Let me repeat. Confidence interval is a combination of two things. Anyway, as I told you, I will spend lot of time on confidence intervals. I will record series of lectures on confidence interval as it is very important with respect to data science problems. Therefore, time being, just let me say, your confidence interval is a combination of two things: point estimate and interval estimate. Point estimate means I already defined. It is a single number. For example, x bar is point estimate of population mean. Here interval estimate means I already defined an interval estimate is defined by two numbers. This is A is one number and B is another number, defined by two numbers between which a population parameter said to lie. Your population parameter will lie in between A and B. For example, A less than x bar less than B is an interval estimate of population mean mu. What does it mean? Mu is greater than A and mu is less than B. We will try to understand this. Let me repeat that one. Let me say like this. We can say confidence interval is a point estimate and an interval estimate, because in point estimate is only a single number, I already defined, and it is not very much reliable. Your point estimate is not very much reliable, but the confidence interval is giving an additional information about the variability of point estimate. What is that additional information? We will try to understand. For example, look at this picture. Just see this picture. What is point estimate? Here, just observe carefully. This is my point estimate, isn't it? What is point estimate? And the interval estimate. This is point estimate. This one is interval estimate, as I told you, isn't it? How will it be? We will try to analyze, isn't it? Yes, the point estimate is a single number. This is a single number, and interval estimate provides additional information about the variability of point estimate. Is it not? This interval estimate, is it not providing additional information about the variability? Variability means what is the lowest value and what is the highest value. For example, you see that if I say tomorrow what is the temperature, it means what is going to be the temperature. Let me say I may guess tomorrow's temperature may be 35 degrees centigrade. If I say like this, this is point estimate. If I say tomorrow's temperature will be 35 degrees centigrade, that I can say it's a point estimate. If I give some lower limit and upper limit, let me say this is 30, let me say this is 40. If I say like this, when you say 35, it is single number, but when you say 35, it is a single number, point estimate, isn't it? But when you say 30 to 40, from 30 to 40, means it's not single number, it's an interval. That is confidence interval. So 30 can be called as lower limit and 40 can be called as an upper limit. This is known as width of the confidence interval. Point estimate means don't worry about this confidence interval. I will spend lot of time on this confidence interval. We will try to solve different problems on confidence interval, isn't it? We can estimate by using point estimate, we can estimate population parameters. For example, here I can make you sample mean. So with sample mean to estimate population mean, I can make you sample proportion to estimate population proportion. I already discussed. It's nothing new in this one, isn't it? We will try to understand another important property of this estimator it should be an unbiased. What is this unbiasedness? We will try to understand this definition. A point estimator theta cap is said to be an unbiased estimator of the parameter theta if the expected value or first expectation or mean, they are of same meaning, of the sampling distribution. Simply this is E means expected value or mean of theta cap equal to theta. I can say a theta cap, if E of theta cap equal to theta, I can say theta cap, it is an unbiased estimator. What is this definition? If it holds, unbiased theta cap is an unbiased estimator. Unbiased estimator of what? Unbiased estimator of theta. In simple manner, if I say E of x bar equal to mu, I can say x bar is an unbiased estimator. It's an unbiased estimator of mu, isn't it? If it holds. For example, if I say E of S square, sample variance, equal to sigma square, if it holds, this S square is an unbiased estimator of sigma square. Means sample variance is an unbiased estimator of population variance. If it is something like E of P cap equal to P, if it holds, this P cap sample proportion is an unbiased estimator of population proportion. These are different examples. Just see this one. The sample mean x bar is an unbiased estimator of population mean. Sample variance is unbiased estimator of, that's what I discussed, isn't it? This is essentially E of x bar equal to mu. This is essentially E of S square equal to sigma square. This is E of P cap, small p cap, equal to capital P. X bar is an unbiased estimator of population mean. Means sample mean is unbiased estimator of population mean. Sample variance is an unbiased estimator of population variance. Sample proportion is unbiased estimator of population parameters. These are simple definitions anybody can understand. Now we will try to understand what is this unbiasedness. What does it mean? Look at another property of unbiasedness. Suppose if you look at the picture, there are two curves. This is theta 1 cap curve, theta 2 cap curve, isn't it? One is theta 1 cap and another one is theta 2 cap. So E of theta 1 cap means mean of theta 1 cap. First expectation of mean means, what is of mean? This point, this center, this one is mean. What is its value? Theta. Therefore, E of theta 1 cap equal to theta. Therefore, theta 1 is an unbiased estimator of theta, isn't it? What about this theta 2? This one, but E of theta 2 cap, E of theta 2 cap is not equal to theta cap. It's theta 1 cap is an unbiased estimator, but theta 2 cap is not unbiased estimator because the mean will be somewhere, isn't it? It's going away. We can say theta 1 is unbiased estimator of the population, but theta 2 cap is biased one. What's the reason? Mean of theta 2 cap, this is E of theta 2 cap, is away from the population. This is mean. It's away from this particular point. They are not same. You don't have theta cap here. Therefore, in these two curves, I can say theta 1 cap is an unbiased estimator of theta, isn't it? I can say like this: E of theta 1 cap equal to theta, E of theta 1 cap equal to theta, whereas E of theta 2 cap is not equal to theta cap. It is unbiased, whereas this one is biased. That's what it says. We can say theta 1 cap is an unbiased, whereas theta 2 cap is biased. I think you can understand. What is this bias? Let theta cap be an estimator of theta. If it is the case, how can I calculate bias of theta cap equal to, I can calculate E theta cap minus theta. That's the bias definition. If it is an unbiased estimator, what's the definition of unbiased estimator? E of theta cap equal to theta. If in the place of E of theta cap I can write theta minus theta 0, means for an unbiased estimator, the bias of unbiased estimator is 0. Why? Because you will get theta minus theta at 0. It's simple result. Anybody can understand, isn't it? We will try to understand most efficient estimator, or I can say like this, the most efficient estimator or the minimum variance unbiased estimator of theta is the unbiased estimator with the smallest variance, isn't it? How can I say? If it is having smallest variance, I can say that is most efficient estimator. Let me say like this. Otherwise, let me write few, just one line here at least. Let theta 1 cap and theta 2 cap be two unbiased estimators. Be two unbiased estimators. Whose unbiased estimators? Unbiased estimators of theta, isn't it? Of theta. Let me write like this, of theta. Based on some number of sample observations, then theta 1 cap is said to be more efficient than theta 2 cap if variance of theta 1 cap is less than variance of theta 2 cap. Means the estimator, the unbiased estimator whose variance is small, that can be treated as most efficient estimator or minimum variance unbiased estimator. Anybody can understand this definition, isn't it? What is the point here is there may be different estimators for the population parameters. If you want to say which is more efficient, we have to see the variance of the estimators. If the variance of estimator is lesser than that other estimators, then I can treat it as those unbiased estimator for which variance is small, that can be treated as most efficient estimator, isn't it? The relative efficiency of theta 1 cap with respect to theta 2 cap, that you must understand. With respect to theta 2 cap is a ratio of their variances, that is relative efficiency, I can say like this, relative efficiency of theta 1 cap with respect to theta 2 cap is variance of theta 2 cap by variance of theta 1 cap, isn't it? Just go through these basic points. Once if you understand this basic terminology, we can calculate confidence interval. Confidence interval is very important in inferential statistics, which plays a major role in many data science problems. I will continue my discussion on confidence interval in my next lecture, that is in lecture number 138. Thank you very much.